fellow sea friends. Welcome to your evening's entertainment. Grab your favorite plush fish, sit back, relax, and get ready for tonight's host. That's Groovy Cat, Mr. Salem. Woo!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this evening's sleeptainment. We are back after 2 days, I think, from when we were here, but this morning from when we were out in the studio with Nikki. But we're back in here for what is hopefully the final attempt at Give Yourself Goosebumps book number 4, The Deadly Experiments of Dr. Eek. Hopefully, because we have used 6 lives on this monstrosity so far, and we've made it through twice, but they don't seem like they're the proper good endings. They seem like neutral endings. We got through once where we became janitors, and then that was it, and then we leave. We didn't find our mother, and we didn't get to go to movies. And then the other time, our mother found us, but it was too late to go to the movies. I don't know, but they were both quite short adventures. There was one which was actually quite lengthy, but we ended up dying on that one. Or being captured permanently, staying there, something like that. So that felt like that could have been on the path to a possible good ending, but quite warm today, quite warm and humid. But I had to do a lot of cleaning and moving around and sorting and organizing. But I got it all. I got all the big important things done. Like I finished probably in the past 30th minutes, which is why we're here now at the time in which it is. And it's almost too warm for me to be in here because again the door has to be closed, otherwise I get invaded by the cats. There is a fan, but I can't have it too high, otherwise it'll make things move and shake around too much. So, but we're here. And this chair is actually a bit warm, which is, but yes, I got, I had to, because tomorrow is the Dimitri versus the Souls-like game, as well as Dimitri versus Prawny, the prawn pizza. So I had to make sure there's enough room and everything like that, because that one is going to be that's going to be a near 24-hour stream, if not 24 hours. So I had to make sure that there's more room than normal because of the lengthy period and stuff like that. You don't want to be too cluttered and cramped, especially when you're getting into the near 20 hours, and you want space, breathability, coolability, because tomorrow's meant to be quite warm, and we need to be doing some gardening first tomorrow. Have to. Can't put it off anymore. May not be getting to do the lily-pilly tree because birds have ravaged that. There are still some on there. There's still enough to get to make a jam, but I don't know if we'll do that because the important thing is the potatoes, because they need to be piled up, as well as I would like to get my tomatoes into their new things, but I can do that at any point. The tomatoes, it's the potatoes that need to be done, because everyone's seen all the potatoes being put in except for the very first batch, but that's fine because that batch doesn't get done on the YouTube anyway. It's a separate thing, but yes. Oh, anyway, let me read the chat. Woo! Congratulations, Colourful Willie, on coming first. I hope that you're well and wonderful this morning. And congratulations, Kuro, on coming second. Hopefully you are wonderful and well this early morning also. Hi, Salem. Hi, Salem. Hi, Kuro. And good early morning, Big White Bear. I hope that you're well and wonderful as well. And a 30 stream streak. Well done and congratulations, Big White Bear. Hi, BWB. Very good. Very good. Yes. So that's all updates, I think. That's everything. Yeah. So we're into the book. Or I fall asleep. Because I'm tired. And I'm hot. Alright. So, for the 7th time, we get to go through the starting. How did you get in here? A voice calls as you enter the waiting room at Eek Laboratories. That door is supposed to be locked at all times. You and your friend Sam jump. You didn't think anyone was around. Then you spot the receptionist sitting behind a tall desk. She's a short, frizzy-haired redhead, wearing too much lipstick for her thin lips. She glares at you as if she expects you to turn around and leave, as soon as you figure out you're in the wrong place. I'm looking for my mum, you tell her. Who's your mum? The receptionist asks. She starts to pack up her things to leave. You glance at the clock. It's almost 5:30. Quitting time. It is not. She's the new lab technician, you explain. She's working on some top secret experiments for Eek. Really? For Dr. Eek? The receptionist gazes at you suspiciously. Yeah, I guess, you say. But really, you're not sure. How come your mum never mentioned him before? Dr. Eek. All she ever told you was that she had a new job in a research lab. You didn't know there was a medical doctor involved. Doctors give you the creeps. Oh boy. Are you sure your mum works for Dr. Eek? The receptionist grills you. She raises an eyebrow. Her eyebrows give you the creeps. In fact, this whole place gives you the creeps. From the minute you stepped off the elevator on the 19th floor, there were no signs of life. No one in the echoing hall. Nothing but the creaking elevator door. And then you spotted the door to Eek Labs. Your mother never told you about that either. The door looked like the door to a huge vault. It was heavy steel and about 6 inches thick. Your best friend Sam pulled a small handle near the edge of the door. To your surprise, the door swung open easily. Okay, you told yourself. So the place has a weird door. That's no reason to freak out. Yeah, she works here, you tell the receptionist. She does research. Well, take a seat, she replies. I'm sure your mum will be right here. Then she packs up her oversized tote bag and walks out. You search around for a chair, then you see them across the room. The chairs are all orange plastic and they're all chained together. Hello, friend. How are you doing on your Thursday morning? It is 10 past midnight in my city right now. Oh, good. Very early morning. Coco, I hope that you're well and wonderful. Today is actually Friday, and it is Friday evening for me. Where are we? 7, 8, 9. Wait, what? 7? In 5 hours, it will be Saturday, early Saturday morning, because it'll be past midnight. But yes, it's hot and I'm tired. But it's okay. We're here for a nice relaxing read. You sit down in an orange plastic chair, but Sam doesn't. He starts roaming around the waiting room. So what movie is your mum going to take us to? Sam asks. You shrug. Who knows? But remember, Sam, we promised my mum we wouldn't act too wild here. You warn with a grin. Yeah, he says, like he really cares. He wanders over to the receptionist's desk. He picks up a glass of clear liquid that's sitting there. It's probably just water. But, hey, you cry, don't drink that. But before you can stop him, he drinks it down. Sam drains the glass in one gulp. Then he whirls around to face you. Sam, I mean it, you moan. We can't fool around. This is a science lab. He starts to answer, but suddenly his face turns white. He clutches his throat and gasps. Then the veins on his neck start to pop out. A moment later, he makes a hideous face, as if he's turning into Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You freeze. Your heart pounds wildly. What did you drink, you ask him. You race over to the desk. You pick up the glass Sam was drinking from and sniff to see if it has a smell. Nothing. Sam bursts out laughing. He gives you a devilish grin. Water, Sam says, pointing to the glass. It's just water. You can't help laughing, too. You like Sam. He's funny, but sometimes your best friend can go too far. He's always playing crazy jokes on you. Sam gazes around. You're sure he's trying to find some other trouble to get into. Maybe we should look for my mum, you suggest. Anything to keep Sam from getting into more trouble. His eyes light up. Great idea, he cries. Maybe we can do our own experiments. On second thought, maybe you should just sit tight and wait. All right, here we go. First choice. Finally, again. If you sit down and wait for your mum, we go to page 11. If we look for her, we go to page 6. So are we going to sit and wait for our mother, or are we going to go and take the initiative and go and try find her ourselves? What will we do? Yeah, it's Thursday over here. Ah, very good, very good. Yeah, so it is Friday here. Friday evening. It is slowly getting darker, but it is still quite light because it is December and we're getting longer and longer days as they get hotter and hotter, which is not fantastic. I may need to turn the lights on as well at some point, but at the moment it's fine. At the moment it's okay. Because the light's behind me, so it's very lit up, the pages. But yes, so we still just need to make a choice if we're going to remain sitting down and waiting for our mother, or if we're going to go and look for her. San Diego, California. So it's different for everybody in the world, you know, different time zones. Yes. I've not been to San Diego. Go look. We're going to go look. Okie dokie. Page 6. Whoop. Let's go look for my mum, you tell Sam. But remember, no goofing around. This is a science lab. Right, Sam agrees. He zooms through the waiting room door into a long hallway. You quickly follow. The hallway is pretty boring. Just a lot of closed doors on both white walls. And there's no way to know what's behind most of them. You open the first one and peek in. Fiddlesticks. It's just the lounge. At least that's what it looks like. There are 2 beat-up brown couches, a table, some chairs, and a bunch of vending machines. Got any change? Sam asks. I'm starving. You pull out coins from your pocket. You've got enough for only 1 snack selection. You drop the coins into the slot in the machine. You start to punch the number of your favorite candy bar. But before you can hit the buttons, a hand suddenly clamps down on your shoulder. I wonder what it could be. One more page. Go. There we go. Wow, you gasp as you turn around. It's a big, hairy chimpanzee. You and Sam freeze. This chimp has you cornered in the lounge. Where did he come from? Is he friendly or dangerous? You have no idea what he'll do. And he's bigger than any chimp you've ever seen. In fact, he's at least as tall as you are. More like a gorilla, you think. You swallow hard. I've never seen a chimp up close like this before, Sam whispers. Me neither, you whisper back. The chimp tilts his head, staring at you. He never seems to blink. Then slowly, he reaches his big, hairy hand towards your throat. You want to scream, but nothing comes out. The chimp moves closer to your throat. But he doesn't grab you, or even touch you. Instead, he reaches past you to the buttons on the candy machine. He points directly at A6. Hey, cries Sam. He wants you to get a different candy bar. Groovy, you say, smiling at this amazing monkey. But is it okay to give candy to a chimp? Before you can decide, Sam pushes the buttons for A6. A chocolatey, peanutty thing drops into the slot. Sam quickly unwraps the candy bar and hands it to the chimpanzee. His monstrous teeth chomp down hard on the candy. He finishes it in 2 bites and then pats you on the head. A moment later, he motions for you to follow him. Come on, let's see what he wants. Sam cries. I don't know, you reply. I thought we were looking for my mum. Maybe we should go back to the waiting room. Sam rolls his eyes. Where's your sense of adventure? Well, where is your sense of adventure? Do we follow the chimp and go to page 101, or do we go back to the waiting room and go to 42? I'm going to follow the chimp. He's all hyped up on chocolate and peanuts now, though. Who knows where he'll take us? Or do we head back to the waiting room? Where are we? Oh, thank you very much for the hydrate colorfully woolly. Oh, I think there was a colorfully woolly delivery today. I think. San Diego is beautiful weather and there's so many activities to do. You can go walking on the beach, go to the zoo, go to animal parks, go to bars. It's a good place to vacation, but do not stay. So much money. Oh, Glob, I don't even know what the closest was. I think it was, if we go back, we just end it immediately. So I guess follow the chimp. This is a really cool book, mystery. Alrighty. We will follow the chimp. Where are we? Follow the chimp. 101. You follow the chimp. He leads you quickly down the gleaming white hallway. Oddly enough, he seems to know exactly where he's going. When the chimp's not watching, Sam stoops over. He copies the chimp's lumbering scamper. Ooh, ooh, Sam cries, scratching his underarms and making chimp faces. What is a chimp face? The chimp turns around and catches Sam at it. He glares at both of you. Weird, you think. You know chimps are supposed to be smart animals, but the gleam in this one's eyes. Frankly, you think he looks smarter than Sam. At last you come to a door. The chimp opens it and makes a sound. It sounds kind of like eek. What's in here, you wonder? You step through the door into a large laboratory. Sam follows right behind. Inside, a tall man wearing a lab coat writes on a clipboard. He whirls around. He glares at you with intense dark eyes. Who are you? He demands loudly. What are you doing here? We got to explain who we are on page 122. You try to stay cool. Even with the scientist glaring at you, you introduce yourself and Sam to the man. You reach out to shake his hand. Grown-ups usually like that. Ah, yes, the man says, squeezing your hand a little too tightly. I know your mother well. A brilliant scientist. You smile proudly. The chimp tugs on the sleeve of the man's lab coat, trying to get his attention. He makes some signs with his hands. You can't figure out what he's trying to say, but it seems to be a kind of sign language. The man nods, as if he understands. I'm Professor Zyak, one of Dr. Eek's assistants, the man says. I see you've met Oscar. He nods toward the chimp. Would you care to take a look at our work? He leads you and Sam to a wall of windows. You both peer through. Wow, Sam gasps. Take a closer look on page 53. Your mouth falls open as you stare through the lab window. To your amazement, the lab is filled with chimps. But they're not just monkeying around, they're doing cool things. Playing checkers, painting pictures, and reading books. Look, Sam says, those two chimps are playing video games. Wow, can you believe their scores? What kind of research are you doing in here, you ask Professor Jacques. Studying the brains of chimpanzees, he explains. Chimps are very smart, and physically they're a lot like people. There is much we can learn from them. Oscar gives the professor a nudge, a hard nudge, as if he wants something. The professor jumps a little, then he turns to you. Oscar is wondering if you'd care to go inside. Professor Jacques says he nods toward the next room to see the research up close. Sure, Sam cries. Can we play video games? Oscar would like that very much, Professor Jacques replies with a strange smile. What's he smiling about, you wonder? Come on, Sam urges you. What are you waiting for? If you go into the room with the chimps, we go to page 67. If not, then we need to think of an excuse on page 108. Ho 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 ho. Ha, Kalzuli. Ha, Kuro. Think of an excuse. Oh, okie dokie. We're going to think of an excuse on page 108. Thanks, but we can't go into the lab, you say politely. That's okay, Professor Zyark replies. You probably don't have time anyway. Your mother just telephoned me. She had to go to a meeting, but she wants you to take Oscar home with you. Then someone will drop by your house later today to pick him up. Really, you ask? Take the chimp home? Cool, Sam shouts. But it's not cool. It's not cool at all. The minute you get home, Oscar goes wild. He runs to the refrigerator and helps himself to snacks. But not to eat, to play with. He throws a handful of pineapple yogurt at the wall. Then he starts swinging from the chandeliers. Wow, you've got a fancy house. You've got flipping chandeliers. I mean, I have a chandelier, but anyway. Help! You and Sam are worn out from chasing Oscar. I wish someone would come get this monkey, you say. Then instantly, the doorbell rings. You peek out the window. There's a Jeep parked outside, and standing on your porch is a tall, muscular teenager wearing sandals and a pair of cut-off jeans. No shirt. His sun-streaked brown hair hangs down onto his broad, tanned chest. He looks a little familiar, but you can't remember from where. Who is he? Let's enter the door. On page 15. Can I help you? You ask the teenager as you open the front door. Chimp, he grunts in a deep voice. Got him? Before you can say anything, Oscar rushes right past you. He flings himself into the guy's arms. He strokes the guy's long hair and playfully pats him on the face. Then the two of them start making chimp sounds, as if they know each other. Thanks, the guy says, flashing you a smile. All at once, he vaults over your porch railing with Oscar in his hands, in his arms. He leaps into the waiting Jeep and drives off. Wait, you scream, running after them. This can't be the guy Professor sent, can it? Then you see the guy's license plate. It's one of those vanity plates, the kind that spells out a sentence or a word. You stare, mouth hanging open, at the simple black letters. No one is going to believe this, you realize. Not when you tell them the chimp was picked up by a tanned, half-naked guy who grunted and drove a car with a license plate that read Tarzan. Nah, don't even think it. No way. Couldn't be. Could it? The end. I think we just got another neutral ending. We didn't find our mother. We didn't go to the movies. But we're home. We're in our house. That's been, you know, a mess made by a monkey, by a chimp. This one is so different to the first three. Either that, or we were just unbelievably lucky with the first three and we never got neutral endings. We just either died, got trapped, or got out eventually. Oh, jeez. I like to go towards the danger. Glad he threw yogurt and not feces. What? Have you done that one before? No, we haven't done that one. There's no adventure in this one. And good morning, Castroth. I hope that you're well and wonderful today. I love it. This book is so much fun in the sun, because I know if you follow the chimp, you eventually get an ending. No, I think this one was them trying something new for future books, is my guess. And if you wait, you go home with your mum. Okay, so if we, from memory now, I feel like we've done all the choices on if we go looking, right? If we go looking, no matter what happens, if you go looking, chimp appears. Right? Now, I think, like Colourfully Willy said, if we then don't follow chimp, we go back to the room, it ends. We follow chimp, there's two options. We go in with the other chimps, or we don't. That was the first time we made up an excuse. And what happens? We go home, and it's all over. After Tarzan picks up the chimp. If we go into the room, then we become test subjects, and it ends. I don't think there's another option there. So I think that's all. I think we've done all the routes of if we if we go look for our mother. So we need to stay in the waiting room because that's when the lady comes out and is like, come for the raster experiment or something. And that's where, if we make the wrong decision, we end up as janitors. We do a shift. But also, if we go that way, there is an ending where our mother finds us, but it's too late to go to the movies. Now, not yesterday, the day before when we did it, we went through a route where our mother didn't find us, and we went further, much further in an adventure, but then we ended up dying at some point. Can't remember how we got to that one though, but yeah. Yeah. Which technically is the best ending, but the book calls you lame. But this book is kinda lame. Don't take the $50 to become janitors for giant babies. Exactly. Thank you very much for the hydrate. All right, so for what is the 8th time for me reading the first, 5 pages before we get to the what's it called. Here we go again. And I'm gonna go fast. How did you get in here? A voice calls as you enter the waiting room at Eek Laboratories. That door is supposed to be locked at all times. You and your friend Sam jump. You didn't think anyone was around. Then you spot the receptionist sitting behind a tall desk. She's a short, frizzy-haired redhead wearing too much lipstick for her thin lips. She glares at you as if she expects you to turn around and leave as soon as you figure out you're in the wrong place. I'm looking for my mum, you tell her. Who's your mum? The receptionist asks. She starts to pack up her things to leave. You glance at the clock. It's almost 5:30, quitting time. She's the new lab technician, you explain. She's working on some top secret experiments for Eek. Really? For Dr. Eek? The receptionist grazes at you suspiciously. Yeah, I guess, you say. But really, you're not sure. How come your mum never mentioned him before? Dr. Eek, all she ever told you was that she's had a new job in a research lab. You didn't know there was a medical doctor involved. Doctors give you the creeps. Are you sure your mum works for Dr. Eek? The receptionist grills you, raising an eyebrow. Her eyebrows give you the creeps. In fact, the whole place gives you the creeps. From the minute you stepped off the elevator on the 19th floor, there were no signs of life. No one in the echoing hall, nothing but the creaking elevator door. And then you spotted the door to Eek Labs. Your mother never told you about that either. The door looked like the door to a huge vault. It was heavy steel, about 6 inches thick. Your best friend Sam pulled a small handle near the edge of the door. To your surprise, the door swung open easily. Okay, you told yourself, so the place is a weird door. That's no reason to freak out. Yeah, she works here, you tell the receptionist. She does research. Well, take a seat, she replies. I'm sure your mum will be right here. Then she packs up her oversized tote bag and walks out. You search around for a chair, then you see them across the room. The chairs are all orange plastic and they're all chained together. You sit down in an orange plastic chair, but Sam doesn't. He starts roaming around the waiting room. So what movie is your mum going to take us to? Sam asks. You shrug. Who knows? But remember, Sam, we promised my mum we wouldn't act too wild while here. You warn with a grin. Yeah, he says, like he really cares. He wanders over to the receptionist's desk. He picks up a glass of clear liquid that's sitting there. It's probably just water, but hey, you cry, don't drink that. But before you can stop him, he drinks it down. Sam drains the glass in one gulp. Then he whirls around to face you. Sam, I mean it, you moan. We can't fool around. This is a science lab. He starts to answer, but suddenly his face turns white. He clutches his throat and gasps. Then the veins on his neck start to pop out. A moment later, he makes a hideous face, as if he's turning into Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You freeze. Your heart pounds wildly. What did you drink? You ask him. You race over to the desk, you pick up the glass Sam was drinking from and sniff to see if it has a smell. Nothing. Sam bursts out laughing. He gives you a devilish grin. Water, Sam says, pointing to the glass. It's just water. You can't help laughing too. You like Sam. He's funny, but sometimes your best friend can go a little too far. He's always playing crazy jokes on you. But as Sam gazes around, you're sure he's trying to find some other trouble to get into. Maybe we should look for my mum, you suggest. Anything to keep Sam from getting into more trouble. His eyes light up. Great idea, he cries. Maybe we can do our own experiments. On second thought, maybe you should just sit tight and wait. All right. Are we going to sit down and wait for our mother, or are we going to go look for her? Whew. You skip the beginning. But we gotta recap. It's a recap. Alright, if we die this time, we're going straight to here then. And I'll attempt to recap it. Speed running a choose your own adventure novel. Speed running would be skipping to the decisions. This is a glitchless speed read. Wait. All right, we're going to wait. Okay, here we go. Sit down, wait for your mum. Turn to page 11. And it's slightly getting darker. I'm going to have to turn the lights on soon if we don't survive quick enough or die quick enough. Let's not mess around, you say to Sam. We should wait for my mum. You take a seat in one of the orange plastic chairs in the waiting room. Sam plops down in another one. Fish sticks, he says. I thought your mum was going to take us to the movies. She is, you assure him, as soon as she gets off work. But you look at your watch and think, ruh-roh, she's late again. This has happened a lot lately. You hardly ever see your mum since she started working at Eek Labs. She spends more and more time at the lab. When you complained about it this morning, she apologized and gave you a big hug. She offered to take you to dinner and the movies that night. And bring Sam if you want, she said. You check your watch again. It's almost 6 o'clock. Where is she? Suddenly, the door opens. A short woman in a white lab coat steps into the waiting room. She stares at you and Sam. Then she motions for you to come over. Sorry, we've been running late, the woman says. I'm Vanessa. Follow me. You're here for the raster experiment, aren't you? Vanessa asks. The pay is $50 cash. You get it at the end of the experiment, and it takes only about 20 minutes. Let's go. You look at Sam. $50? But what kind of experiment is this? If you go along with Vanessa, we go to page 20. If we don't want to take a chance on the raster experiment, we go to page 63. I don't remember. Don't go. Alrighty, so we're not going to go. So if you don't want to take a chance on the raster experiment, which means we don't collect $50, we go to 63. No way, you tell Vanessa. We're not here for any experiment. We're waiting for my mum. Vanessa narrows her eyes at you. Her dark hair cascades over her lab coat. She looks like the witch in Snow White. Wait here, Vanessa instructs. I'll get Dr. Eek. A moment later, an older man with grey hair walks through the door. Dr. Eek is wearing a white lab coat, just like Vanessa's, but he has his on backwards. His face is soft and fleshy, and there's something odd about his right cheek. The flesh looks as if it has been pulled up to meet his right eye, and then stapled there. It gives him a weird squint. Well, Dr. Eek begins squinting at you. He sounds like a school principal who's just caught you stealing candy from the snack machine. What can I do for you two? I'm just waiting for my mum, you announce firmly. He asks your name, and you tell him. Ah, yes, Dr. Eek says. Follow me. We follow him all the way over to page 41. Dr. Eek leads you down a long white hallway. Doors line both walls. All the doors are closed, which gives you the creeps. What's going on behind them? Finally, Dr. Eek opens a door on the right. G Lab is printed on the door. Is this your mum's lab? Sam whispers. Who knows? You whisper back. Right this way, Dr. Eek instructs. He stands aside so you and Sam can enter first. Inside, the room is crowded with all the standard lab equipment. Tables, sinks, beakers, Bunsen burners, jars of strange-looking things. But your mum is nowhere in sight. Then you notice a blob of thick, oozy green stuff sitting on one of the black lab counters. It looks like a cross between minty toothpaste gel and silly putty. It's the size of a jello softball, and it's glowing softly. What's that? Sam asks, pointing to the green goo. This, Dr. Eek says. He picks up the blob. Here, catch. He tosses the blob of goo right at you. We better catch it on page 96. 96? 96. The blob of green goo flies towards you. Sam dives in front of you and catches it. It's an old habit of his, hogging the ball. Dr. Eek chuckles. Oh, nice catch, he declares in a deep, sinister voice. How do you like my new invention? Sam stares down at his hands. His eyebrows wrinkle with worry. The green goo is sticking to his hands, and he can't seem to get them apart. What is this stuff? Sam moans. That's one of my very best experimental results, Dr. Eek replies. I call it my G substance. G for green, G for glowing, G for gooey. How about G for get it off me? Sam shrieks. You gasp. The stuff seems to be growing up Sam's arm. Ah, yes, Dr. Eek says, and I forgot to mention G for growing, too. Help! Sam screams. The goose slowly creeps up both of his arms towards his face. Quick, help your best friend on page 82. Quickly, you try to pull the sticky, glowing green stuff off Sam's hands, but it's really sticky. You can get only about half of it off. And guess what? Now your hands are stuck together too. Have fun, people, Dr. Eek says. He salutes you briskly with a quick snap of his hands over that weird eye. Then he shuffles out of the room. For the next few minutes, you and Sam struggle with the goo. You claw at your hands and your arms trying to pull it off, but it's no use. This stuff is too sticky. And it's growing thicker all the time. Within minutes, the goo has grown all the way up both of your arms, and it's starting to encircle your throat. Just as it slides towards your mouth, Dr. Eek returns. Well, people, what are we doing? He says with an evil smile. Are we ready to cooperate now? Because I can get that stuff off you, if you're willing to do the raster experiment. Now, interestingly, we have three choices here. If you cooperate with Dr. Eek, turn to page 9. If you smear some of the goo on Dr. Eek, we go to page 37. And if we just run like mad, we go to page 77. So we're going to cooperate and be a part of this raster experiment. Are we going to try and gooerize Dr. Eek, give him a taste of his own experimental medicine? Or are we just going to run? Just leg it? Alrighty, where are we? Let's take a chance with the X. Of course, I lost connection as soon as I said something. Oh no! Welcome back. Is this guy more evil, Willy Wonka? Ooh, smearing? Smearing. We're gonna smear him. Run like hell. Oh. Alright, so it's 2 for smear, so we'll go for smear. 37. Help Dr. Eek with the raster experiment? No way, you creep, you shout at Dr. Eek. You're not going to experiment on us. Then you lunge at him with your gooey hands. You try to smear some of the goo on him. It sticks to his hands. But it doesn't seem to bother him. Ha, 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 Dr. Eek shouts, tossing his head back and roaring with laughter. What's so funny, you wonder? You're not laughing. The green goo is creeping into your nose now. You glance over at Sam. He seems to be in a trance. The goo is covering his mouth. Neither of you can breathe. Find out what's so funny on page 44. Slowly, Dr. Eek takes his right hand and begins to pick at a spot on his left wrist, just above the glob of goo you smeared on him. You gasp. He's pulling off his skin. No, you realize, he's pulling off a thin, lifelike rubber, flesh-colored glove. A glove that looks exactly like his real hand. So that's why the goo didn't hurt him. A moment later, he reaches up and pulls off a skin-tight, lifelike mask that's covering his face. No, you shout when you see his real face. It's not the same face as the mask. Instead, he has the pasty, pudgy face of a man your mum once showed you in a picture. A man who was fired from her lab for being totally crazy. You're Herbert Wimplemeyer, the crazed scientist, you try to shout. But the green goo is creeping into your mouth. His name comes out sounding like Robert Dumberburmer. I hate it when people can't pronounce my name, Dr. Eek growls. Whoa. Let's go to 119. Woo. Dr. Eek still has a glove on one of his hands. He moves towards you, then pulls some of the green goo out of your mouth. There, you've got about 2 minutes until the G substance slips back into your mouth and down your throat, he tells you with a horrible laugh. Now, what were you saying? You gasp for air, then talk fast. You worked with my mum at Eek Labs, you said, until you got fired for being crazy. Not at Eek Labs, Dr. Eek corrects you. Eek Labs. All right, so this is a reading thing. Eek Labs, the place that where we believe we are and where we were meant to be going, where our mother works, is triple EK. But he corrects us and says Eek as in EIK Labs. It stands for Engineered Inner Knowledge. And yes, I did get fired. That's why I started my own lab. In the same building. Just one floor above. Huh? You say, not quite understanding? It's simple, Herbert Wimplemeyer explains with a nasty shake of his head. You got off the elevator on the wrong floor. You glance at the clock. You have only 1 minute left. Quick, turn to page 21 before you choke on the goo. Ah. You get a sinking feeling in your gut as the message sinks in. You're on the wrong floor. Your mum's lab is downstairs. I'll give you one chance, Dr. Eek says, as the goo starts creeping back up your face. One chance to either escape or find the antidote. The antidote? You mean there's something that will reverse the effects of the goo? A way to make this stuff stop growing all over you? 20 seconds left, Dr. Eek warns. Then he closes his eyes and starts to count. 1, 2, 3. He's counting pretty fast. If you search the lab for an antidote, we hurry to page 128. If you buy more time by smearing goo all over Dr. Eek's real face, turn to page 73. Ooh, wah, 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 wah. Are we going to try and look for the antidote? Or are we going to try goo him up again? We're going to try smear him again. All right, where are we? Goo him. Now I think we're going to try to remove this. I don't know what to do. I'm a gutless flip-flop. Or, at least, we're farther than before. Yes, this is the furthest we've ever gotten, right? This is quite a long adventure, this one. So this could be it. This could be it. Antidote. We're going to go for the antidote. Okie dokie. Antidote is 128. Your heart hammers wildly in your chest. You've got to find that antidote. Time is running out. You yank open one lab drawer after another. 16, 17, 18, Dr. Eek says. Now he's toying with you, counting more slowly. Oh, okay. 16, 17, 18. Now he's toying with you, counting more slowly. His eyes are still closed. None of the drawers contain anything that looks even remotely like an antidote to the goo, and it's taking you so long to open them. Your sticky hands cling to everything you touch. Then you see it, in the last drawer. A jar of red gooey stuff. Could it be? 20, Dr. Eek cries, opening his eyes. You don't wait. You unscrew the lid of the jar, plunge a slimy green hand into the red stuff, and scoop out a handful. It smells sweet, but you put it in your mouth. Ha, 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 Dr. Eek laughs uproariously. You think you can save your life that way? You're eating strawberry jam. Oh no, he's right. And guess what? You're allergic to strawberries. Break out in hives on page 48. You break out in hives. Little bumps pop out all over your body, on your face, your neck, your arms, your hands. Even your tongue is covered with reddish, swelling, bumpy things. But the hives are nothing compared to the feeling of the green goo. It's sliding into your nose, your mouth, even your eyes. It feels like a million snakes slithering their way into your air passages. You're going to suffocate any second. All at once, Sam seems to snap out of a trance he's been in. He springs into action and runs right at Dr. Eek. Have a taste of your own medicine, Doctor, Sam yells. Then he smears some of the green gobby goo on the doctor's face. Ah! Dr. Eek screams in terror. He bolts out of the room, and from the look on his face, you figured he's heading for the antidote. Follow him on page 80. Woo. You follow Dr. Eek as he races down the hall, pulls open another lab door and hurries in. Inside, there is an enormous glass box with a hinged door. Dr. Eek dashes into the chamber and tries to pull the door closed. "Not so fast," you shout. You and Sam dash into the box with him. It's like cramming 3 sweaty people into a phone booth. Too close for comfort, and you can tell there is very little air inside. But who cares? The minute Dr. E closes the door, a white gas fills the box, and the goo dissolves. You were right. It's the antidote box. You're saved. Except, how come this door won't open? Sam asks. He bangs on the handle. Hey, how come the lights just went out? You cry. You stare into the total pitch darkness of the lab. You're locked in an airtight box with a crazy person. Turn to page 58. The only speck of light anywhere in the glow in the dark is the glow in the dark face on Dr. Eek's wristwatch. In the darkness, you can feel him bend his head to look at it. He groans. What, you ask? Nothing, Dr. Eek says. It's just that they're right on time. Who, you ask? The electric company, Dr. Eek says. I'm afraid I haven't paid my electric bill for the past 3 months. They threatened to turn off the power at 7 p.m. if I didn't come up with the cash. I guess they weren't kidding. Kidding? Nope. They weren't kidding. And you're not laughing either. Why? Because it takes a big gulp of air to laugh, and you're out of air in the end. And you're going into anaphylactic shock. Okay, so, yay? So, the thing is, right, is that not yesterday, but the day before, Viking chose for us to smear the goo ourselves on the doctor's face, so double smear. And the doctor had another fake mask. Whereas if we don't do that, then our compadre does it, and he doesn't have another mask. But there were no other options, and then we end up locked in a box with no air. Well, air running out with him. What haven't we chosen? We haven't chosen something because, again, on the back it says, one lab, you meet a dog wearing sneakers. And in another lab, you get lost in a maze. So there's 2 things that we haven't even seen either of them. What do we keep? There has to be like one option that we haven't done that gives us multiple options that has the 2 back things. This was certainly a fun book to read. Seems like it's either boring ending or dead. There has to be a good one. I thought that was gonna... There was no other options outside of the thing, and that... I'm pretty sure there were no other options from that one, and then that's it. That one went further, but there were no other options, and then it just ends. Alright, well that's our 2 lives. We have 1 life left. Probably follow the other scientist. I think there's another option. Oh wait. There was the page with the 3 options, right? Yes. Have we ever actually gone for the experiment? I don't think we've ever actually gone for the experiment, have we? Anyway, all right. We're gonna skip all those what's-it-calls and get to the first what's-it-called, so I don't have to read it for a flippin' 9th time. So, recap, we're gone to a laboratory where our mother works. She's a new research scientist there. No one's around. Our friend takes a glass of water and drinks it and then pretends that it's like poison, but it's not. He was just messing around. And then Maybe we should go look for my mum, you suggest. Anything to keep Sam from getting into more trouble. His eyes light up. Great idea, he cries. Maybe we can do our own experiments. On second thought, maybe you should just sit tight and wait. Alrighty, so are we going to sit and wait for our mother, or are we going to go look for her? I think we've done all options for if we go look for her. I think. So I think we need to stay and wait. So yeah. So we'll stay and wait again. All right. So um let's not mess around, you say to Sam. We should wait for my mum. You take a seat in one of the orange plastic chairs in the waiting room. Sam plops down another one. Fish sticks, he says. I thought your mum was going to take us to the movies. She is, you assure him, as soon as she gets off work. But you look at her watch and think, uh-oh, she's late again. This has happened a lot lately. You hardly ever see your mum since she started working at Eek Labs. She spends more and more time at the lab. When you complained about it this morning, she apologised and gave you a big hug. She offered to take you to dinner and the movies that night. And bring Sam if you want, she said. You check your watch again. It's almost 6 o'clock. Where is she? Suddenly the door opens. A short woman in a white lab coat steps into the waiting room. She stares at you and Sam, and then she motions for you to come with her. Sorry, we've been running late, the woman says. I'm Vanessa. Follow me. You're here for the raster experiment, aren't you? Vanessa asks. The pay is $50 cash. You get her at the end of the experiment, and it takes only about 20 minutes. Let's go. You look at Sam. $50? But what kind of experiment is it? Alrighty, so if we go along with Vanessa, we go to page 20. If we don't want to take a chance on the raster experiment, we go to 63. So are we going to go along with her? And we're going to take a chance. We're going to be a part of this raster experiment, possibly. We're going to follow it. All right, page 20. $50, Sam exclaims. His eyes light up. Great, you say, grinning. What do we have to do? Dr. Eek will explain it to you, Vanessa replies mysteriously. Follow me. You follow Vanessa into a long hallway. The place is empty, eerily empty. Closed doors line both sides of the hall. Vanessa's high heels click on the tile floors as she leads the way. Where is she taking you? Finally, she stops in front of a door with triple locks. There's an intercom box on the wall beside the door. She pushes the button. Yes, a man's voice crackles. They're here, Vanessa announces. Why is she acting as if they were expecting you? Click. The door. You hear an electronic unlock. You hear an electronic lock unlocking. Then another and another. The door swings open. You peer into the room. It's pitch black. Come in, a voice says from the darkness. Find out what's waiting for you on page 32. You step into the dark room. A light flashes on. Well, 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 what have we here? Sandy Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm really scared, says an older man in a white lab coat. He has grey hair and a soft, pudgy face. Our next two appointments, Vanessa explains. She tucks a strand of her long brown hair behind her ear. They're here for the raster experiment. Really, the man says. He pushes his wrinkled face right up to within an inch of your nose. He stares you in the eye. You try to gaze away. There's something odd about him, about one of his eyes. It looks as if his right cheek has been pulled up to meet the eye, and then stapled there. It gives him a weird squint. Then you notice something else. His lab coat is on backwards. I'm Dr. Eek. And are you sure you're here for the raster experiment? The man asks. Yeah, definitely, Sam insists. What do we have to do? That all depends, Dr. Eek says, with an evil-sounding laugh. What are you willing to do? We gotta decide on page 64. Yeah. Dr. Eek is too weird, you decide. You start to back out of the room, but Sam still has dollar signs in his eyes. Where are you going? Sam whispers to you. Out of here, you declare. No way, he insists. I'm staying until I get the money. Dr. Eek grins. He can tell you're having second thoughts. How bad can it be? Sam mutters under his breath. I mean, seriously, your mum works here. It's gotta be a safe place, right? You nod half-heartedly. But where is your mum anyway? As if he can read your mind, Dr. Eek speaks up. Actually, he says, I'm not sure you're right for the raster experiment. I think you two are more suited to something else. He lets his voice trail off. Ah, fish, I did it again.
I think you two were more suited to something. He lets his voice trail off. Else, he finally says. This sounds worse every minute. If you do whatever Dr. Eek tells you to do, go to page 25. If you chicken out, we go to page 17. All right. Are we gonna do what this Dr. Eek tells us to do? Or are we gonna chicken out? I'm going to have to turn the lights on in a second. Because it's starting to get difficult to actually read. I can still see for the moment. Do the thing. Alrighty. Do the thing. Page 25. Okay, you give in. We'll do it. What do we have to do? Dr. Eek smiles slightly. Then he motions for you to follow him. This way, he orders. He leads you down a long hall with doors on both sides. He stops short at a door painted green. What's in there? You whisper to Sam. I don't know, Sam says. Some kind of experiment, probably. Yeah, probably, you think. Until Dr. Eek pulls open the door. Hey, it's a restroom, you cry. Here, Dr. Eek says, handing you a bucket and a mop. Clean up. Clean up, you exclaim? Correct, Dr. Eek says. Floors, sinks, all of it. I want it all scrubbed and spotless before you leave. Then he marches out of the room. Clean sinks? He wants you to clean sinks? Then you and Sam glance around. Weird, you mutter. Look at those sinks. They're so high, Sam exclaims. They're almost 8 feet off the ground. I wonder what kind of guy needs a sink that tall, you ask. An instant later, the door opens. A humongous 12-foot tall kid, a kid your age, stomps into the restroom. Hi, he says in a booming voice. Then he notices you staring at his height. Yeah, I know, he groans. I'm a freak. Dr. Eek did this to me, but you guys are lucky. You get to clean sinks. Whatever you do, don't do the roster experiment. Clean sinks, you think again? Hey, gladly, any day. And when you're done, you can wash your hands of this whole creepy mess. The end. So, again, like, that's like a mediocre one, it feels. Because, like, we didn't find our mother, and we didn't go to the movies. There's one option that over the past 3 sessions of us doing this with 3 lives each, so that was our 9th life now. There's got to be one route that we haven't gone that it splits off and has these 2 things that it says on the back about meeting a dog that wears sneakers and a maze, because we've not come into a maze yet and we have not met a dog with sneakers. Oh. I don't know. They're both tough questions. I don't know what to do. Man, I think we're gonna take the risk for the bisque. We got that. Yes, we did. 9 lives. We're a cat. Well, I mean, we're not a live cat now, because, well, I mean, of those 9 lives, 4 of them we've survived. So, we actually, yeah. But that's our 3 lives for this session, which means that we've still not done this one. I feel like it's not, like, there's got to be, there has to be, because there's 2 other routes somewhere that we've got to get to. I think it could be that one where there were the 3 options. I don't even remember what it was. Oh, about where if we slime the guy, if we smear the goo on him, or if we run like mad. I literally just landed on the page. But there we go. That's it for this attempt. Right. So when will I be back and what will I be doing? Well, I'll be back tomorrow with Dimitri. Dimitri will be here because we will be doing Dimitri versus Souls-like game. He's going to be playing the
the Ninja Space Cat one, 9 souls, is going to be doing 9 souls, start to finish, in one whole session. So it's going to start tomorrow and it'll end Sunday. The stream will go for almost 24 hours, or about 24 hours, depending on how long it takes him to do it. So, yes. But also, a part of tomorrow, for dinner, pardon me, it will also be Dimitri versus Prawny, the prawn pizza. Dimitri is going to be having his prawn pizza, which is all like, oh, seafood on pizza, that's poppycock. Who would do that? This is crazy. Nonsense. But we reached the goal, so now he has to do it. So he did not like the anchovy pizza. He did not like the spicy peppy paneer pizza. He had 1.5 pieces of that spicy peppy paneer. So the thing is, though, is that if I get a gluten-free base, he'll complain about the gluten-free base. So I can't get a gluten-free base. But if I don't get the gluten-free base, then I can't finish it up from within what he doesn't eat, which a lot of the time is a lot of it. Despite the fact him saying that, well, I was raised to finish what's on my plate, or I go to bed hungry and I don't get my ice cream or something. So I don't know. Yes. Anyway, but yes. So we'll be starting roughly. Where are we? We'll be starting in about 17 to 18 hours from now, I think, depending on how hot it is and how much gardening we need to get done first, because we do need to get some gardening done. So we'll be back on YouTube first, just YouTube doing the gardening, but I need to do the potatoes. We'll go do the potatoes. So depending on how hot it is and how long that takes us. But yeah, about 15, 16-ish hours from now, we should be starting the Dimitri versus the Souls-like. And again, it is next Saturday when we do the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu fight off between Dimitri and myself, and that one is over 24 hours as well. So yes, but yeah, so that's it. He shouldn't have to worry too much about the prawn pizza because your mum might eat half of it again. Yes, and my mother really likes prawns, so that one's gonna be fine. Yes. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining me this evening. Very much appreciated. I've got to line this up because I don't have a stream deck out here. There we are. Thank you very much for joining this evening. Very much appreciated. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the morning, afternoon, or evening. Whatever the time happens to be for you, say hi to your mum for me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Hello, Gingerbread Salem. I see you have a banana threatening me. Well, ease up. I mean, I find that quite inappropriate, Colorfully Woolly. You know, well, first of all, my middle pocket banana is not threatening. It's very thin, it's long, but it's soft. It's not threatening at all.